Hey everyone, it is your friendly Lighthouse teacher here to explain a little program that I have loved using this year called Explain Everything. What is Explain Everything? Well, it's a video editing software app that you can download from the Google Chrome store onto your Chromebook or an iPad or pretty much any device to help you explain everything. Let's get started, and I want to show you some ways on how I incorporate this in my classroom. Next, I just wanted to share with you some ways that I use Explain Everything in the classroom. First, as I mentioned before, this program pretty much helps me create a tutorial video on any topic that I'm teaching in class. I primarily this year use it for math. And the videos that I create are shared with students on Google Classroom, and every night pretty much they go home, watch the video, they do a couple of questions with me on a worksheet, and then I ask them to try one or two on their own. And pretty much it's a preview of the skill that I'm doing the next day. So this kind of concept is called a flipped classroom, and it's worked really well for me. The other thing, though, that it's been super beneficial for is reviewing concepts that students are struggling with. So if I notice in class a student is really having a tough time, I'll just have them get back on the Chromebook, download one of the videos that I've made on that same topic, watch it again, and see if it helps. And it certainly has with a few of my students. And finally, this is a great one right here. It helps students who are absent or away from class catch up on learning. I love that my students pretty much know that even if they're absent, they can grab the website video, the Explain Everything video from each day, watch it, and complete their problems on a separate sheet of paper. So it's really like even if they're not there, they're still learning from me as I'm home with them in their Chromebook. So here's a better view of what the toolbar does. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see you have a hand tool, which is how you move elements around in the frame. The drawing tool, which is how you just draw things on the screen. The shape tool has a bunch of different shapes, so I can do squares, you can do circles, you can do stars, so on and so forth. The insert object, or the text tool, sorry, I missed one. The text tool, which is right here. Text tool means you can just type text, so I can type whatever I want onto the screen, and the students obviously see it. The insert object tool, which is right here, you can add a picture just like I did in the very beginning of the video with my picture. The next tool down is the eraser tool, so if you draw something with the drawing tool and you want to erase it, you can just erase. There is a little laser pointer, which I actually have right now, so this is my laser pointer. See the little arrow? You can also change it from a I like the arrow because it kind of guides, but you can actually do the actual pointer and so on. The inspector tool is for you to be able to lock any elements. So right now, these elements like the star, I can move around the box, even the text I can move around, but you can actually lock them onto it as well. Inspector also lets you layer them as well. So you can layer the different elements and arrange them from top to bottom, bottom to top, and so on. So I can click on a couple of elements and move them around and then show the layer. So I can send the star backwards from the square and so on. The other tools that we're looking at, we have an undo button. So if you type something, you write something that you want to quickly undo, that's easy. You can zoom in. So if I tap the zoom in button, the zoom and pan button, and then with my fingers, I can zoom in on something, zoom out on something. I'll zoom in on the zoom. And then you can reset the picture as well. The last couple of items, presentation mode is pretty much always on, and then there's a color picker. So I can choose between black ink and then red ink and then blue ink. And that's pretty much it. On the bottom tools, there's a bunch of other tools as well. So you can go from slide to slide, just like how I've been showing you from the first slide to the second slide. The record button, the play, the rewind, the fast forward button that you can do if you need to be able to hear yourself before you publish the video. And then at the bottom, there's the export icon. So you can export it, you can save it, and hit the home screen as well. So those are pretty much the tools that you can use during the Explain Everything video editing process. The last thing I just wanted to share with you guys quick is about ways that you can use Explain Everything in your classroom. So just some quick ideas that I came up with that I thought maybe people would be interested in. So thinking about, are you absent for the day? Record your lesson and let students watch you teach even when you're not there. So you could record your lesson ahead of time and share the link with the substitute, or post it on your computer and let the sub just play the video of you teaching. Maybe teach a mini lesson, create a video on a mini lesson about a topic, and use it while some groups are watching you on the video on the Explain Everything, and you could pull a small group to work with them hands-on, so the kids are kind of getting a double dose of you. Maybe you have a struggling reader, you could read a story aloud to them, let them listen to the video, and listen to you teach, and so on and so forth. There's a million different ways to use Explain Everything. And again, I'm looking forward, if you have an interest in using Explain Everything, myself and there's a bunch of teachers in the Barton building that have used this before. So we'd love to help you out and use Explain Everything in your classroom. And thanks for watching this video.